Hi everyone. Listen, this morning I want to get down some video footage on some questions that have been asked this week. And it keeps coming up a lot. What is it about being at the moment? And we're talking about being as in, I know sometimes we think that being is some state of high spiritual activity, that we're actually supposed to come up into this state of being and we wander around. And a state of being is to actually be so at peace with yourself, so at one with yourself, that you are actually moving and grooving, having your being in every split second. And we're teaching Diamond Matrix Masters a lot about the holy instant. In this moment, in this now moment, right here, right now, that you are in a state of completion, that you're actually in alignment with yourself and able to be you regardless of what is going on around you. So it's not an airy-fairy thing. It's actually saying that you are actually one with yourself and able to be okay with that and without question. So the sense of being is actually in a split second, right there, that you can actually just open your heart, come into this beautiful energy alignment and fill yourself, fill your heart, fill your mind with peace. And this is the time that we're actually coming into now, is a time of peace, at one-ment and harmony with the light force that is actually moving through your own cellular structure. So it's not somebody else's cellular structure. It's not, hey, we've all got to come into being. We are actually being challenged right now, not just challenged, but it's actually we are coming up, whether we like it or not, into a state of soul connection. So we're actually connecting with our own soul within us and within our alignment, okay? So we don't have any arguments anymore with anybody else. So there's no point in going out and saying, hey, you should be this and you should be that to make me happy, or the government should be doing this or doing that to make us more harmonious. A society, we actually have to take responsibility on our own heads and on our own actions to be what it is that we're seeing and thinking and feeling that should be shifting and changing. So generally we're going to be speaking a lot of different things like reflection. What you're actually seeing in your external experience is what you're being challenged to discipline and to change and shift within yourself. So there's great movements happening within the heart of the individual right now. And again, it is about this shift. But like I said, it's not for everybody else to shift. It's for us to shift ourselves into harmonious relationship with the greater part of ourselves, which is our living essence. And so we often use these convoluted ways of speaking, when we're being super spiritual. It's like, you must find yourself, find your passion. Okay, and if you're lost and desolate and feeling like you just really spiral down into mental health, and it's like, how do I do that? It's so far away from me. I've been so isolated. I feel so alone, because we actually have come to those places of, not being able to communicate with family or friends or society, because it's become a place that's quite prickly and hard to live within. So the thing that we want to show is that it is all good news. And it's not just good news, it is like the most amazing sense to be able to walk with oneness with who and what you are, regardless of where you have been. All of that's important, but that story is coming to an end now. It is no longer necessary for you to say, I am this or I am that, because we're all going, well, it's actually really what we're becoming that is more important. And that's what we're focused on. And that's like, oh my God, now is the time to rewrite the story. Okay, so what story have you been writing for yourself all this way along? Has it been one of difficulty? Has it been one of struggle, poverty, hardship? Okay, has it been really excellent, but is it just running around in circles? Is it not achieving very much? Do you feel great pain or anger for the structures that you're living within? Because those things also have to pass. Nothing is going to shift into the higher way of being that is actually accelerated within our own heart, okay, the way we actually view this world. It's not going to change until we actually shift our perception in it, And so we are all about self-mastery. It's like once you find yourself and once you find your alignment within yourself, then your experience begins to open and the reflections happening within your world will shift and change and blessings will start to come in. So we're all about alignment. We're talking alignment with our greater self. And this is a shift that's happening now. So we call it the diamond matrix. Many call it the new consciousness, the new dreaming. It's about the diamond energy. And the diamond energy is the frequency of the heart. So we've actually been doing a great big long struggle in the lower energies, which are what this world is all about. And we've used willpower and we've used our wisdom very incorrectly, and we've used love totally incorrectly. We know that the structure now has shifted exproportionately to now being able to be okay with ourselves within our environment rather than the environment shifting to be okay with ourselves. So I'll just leave that because I think it was a pretty smooth run into what we like to talk about. So I'll talk to you shortly because we're going to keep having these conversations until we get this message across that you are okay. Okay, and we'll show you how to walk out into a place of being absolutely okay with your here and now and help take action into that next moment, next moment, next moment. It's refreshingly simple. So, look forward to seeing you shortly.